only the one color that matters, and that is the color of red, white. Focusing on the colors that unite us, USA.
Hello, America. Pastor Mark Burrs here. I am back here on RSBN Right Side Broadcasting, and I'm so delighted that you're tuned in with me, and I hope we're going to have a good time here today. I so miss you. I so miss the RSBN family and those of you that are broadcasting, that are watching live, wherever you are. I'm super excited that you're going to join in with me. I want you quickly to go ahead and call in 864-373-0001. Join with me in the conversation because we're going to talk about, the question of the day. And for those of you, the thousands of Trumpsters and thousands of you who done your part in helping elect Donald Trump to be the 45th president of the United States, president-elect, and he will be the 45th president come January the 20th of the United States of America. The question that I'm asking to you today, and I want you to call in, chime in, let's start the conversation. Do you feel let down? Do you feel disappointed? Do you feel betrayed? However you feel, because, of course, throughout the whole campaign, I led many of those rallies chanting, "Lock her up." I led many of those rallies across the country declaring, "Lock her up, lock her up, lock her up." And now we know that our dear president-elect is not going to pursue charges. And I have my personal feelings about that. And we'll discuss that a little bit later. I personally, matter of fact, I just go ahead and tell you now, I personally think it's a good thing that he's not. There's so many more pressing matters. I've heard people on both sides saying we feel let down. He shouldn't be going after her, draining the swamp, getting rid of Hillary Clinton. But I personally feel, and I'm supporting the president-elect's initiative in reference to saying that there are more pressing matters than worrying about Hillary Clinton's legal problems, as the president-elect declared. So I want you to pick up the phone, dial 864-373-0001. Join in on the conversation, and I want to talk about it. And you tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you feel. How do you feel? Do you feel that he should be pressing the matter? Should he be going after crooked Hillary Clinton, or should he be focusing on other matters? Our first caller is coming in, Scott from Arizona. Scott, thank you so much for calling in to the Colors That Unite. You're live and on the air. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pastor. How you doing this evening?
So happy to be here, Scott.
Well, let me tell you something. I am. Well, boy, we got echo going on here. Anyway, I'm happy that Trump got it.
Yes.
And I used to work for Carrier Corporation.
Okay.
And so it's a really good thing. It's just a remarkable thing that happened.
Yes, it was. Powerful thing. He's not even president yet, and he's already saving jobs. He's not even president yet, and he's already saving jobs.
I know he is. That's amazing. He's not even president, and he's out there. He's finally somebody is doing something he says he's going to do. Not a typical politician.
He is making it happen. I'm happy. Now, the question that we're asking, do you think he should be pursuing crooked Hillary Clinton, or should he be just focusing more on jobs like he's done with Kerry? What are your thoughts? Do you feel betrayed or let down?
Interesting question about that. Hard to say. I know he congratulated her on her being a politician for 30 years and whatnot. So I guess we'll just let him make the decision on that.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Listen, I'm excited about the president-elect. Carry your jobs. I mean, really? Carry your jobs. I mean, he's bringing jobs, keeping jobs in the United States, going after another company. I'm I'm just excited to see a president that's actually working for the people. He is literally going after the blue collar worker that's going after the normal mom and pop, normal Joe, normal Jane worker here in America, the heartbeat of America, and saving jobs, making sure that they stay here in the United States of America. But do you feel let down by any way? Because again, liberal media, they've been going crazy. And I've been on media for the last 2 weeks, on CNN, Fox, everyone else, MSNBC, talking about broken promises. He's not going after Hillary Clinton since that New York Times article came out. And I've been saying it doesn't matter. There are more pressing matters than worrying about Hillary Clinton's legal problems, like Courier and like other companies. Bob from Ohio. Bob, you're my next caller. Welcome to the Colors That Unite, Bob. Welcome to the show. You're live and on the air.
Mark,
Hey, Bob.
I love your show, and I'm telling you, I think that he should go after her sometime this year, because I'm afraid that she'll come back and cause him trouble in 2 or 3 years.
You think she'll run again?
I think that their family will do everything they can to undermine him. And so in the first year, I think it's best to look into that foundation.
Yeah.
And
So,
also, I think this new media of what you're on is good to get around the Yahoos and the CNN and everything else and go right to the people. And I think he should keep having these rallies for the next 4 years.
absolutely. Isn't that amazing that the president is doing a thank you tour? I mean, if it was Hillary Clinton, if Hillary Clinton would have won, she would not be on a thank you tour. I mean, first of all, I've done over 50 rallies all over this country. Let me tell you that. I've done over 50 rallies.
Everybody at work, I know you're awesome. I've met you in person. You're awesome. Listen, there's a feeling in the country, a real happiness this Christmas. I'm around people at work. They're all for Trump. They can see through this media.
Yes.
It's just sick what they're doing. They're really the corrosive destruction of this country is this hate on the media.
Yes.
They're putting it out 24/7. Just it's rotting the children. He's our new president. And everybody from all sides needs to get behind him.
Absolutely. It's death to American media as we know it today. I mean, it's death to American media. And again, it's important that we continue to support RSBN and other media like that that is taking place. I'm told that the external is not moving, showing only 180 views, but the external count shows that 489 are climbing. Thank you so much, RSBN. I'm told to let everybody know that even though, because I was getting a little worried, I'm going to be honest with you. I was looking at the count. I said, Lord, only 180 people are watching. We must not be doing too good. But now they're telling me that obviously, even though it's reading 180, their counter back in RSBN is showing that we're at 489, and we're still climbing. Also, I'm not sure if we're on Facebook Live. I normally let everybody know that if they're on Facebook Live to watch RSBN also on Facebook Live, but they'll let me know a little bit later if we're broadcasting on Facebook Live. But you're absolutely right. It is so important that we continue to have media like this so that the people can speak. The voice of the people can speak. Listen, getting Donald Trump elected is only half the battle. This is just the beginning of the battle. We still have a lot to work. I'm excited. I said it earlier that I'm really excited that Jesus Christ and Santa Claus will be welcomed back to the White House. I'm excited that Jesus Christ and Santa Claus will now be welcomed back to the White House. I'm excited. That's under a Donald Trump administration, Santa Claus and Jesus Christ are both coming back to the White House. Pick up the phone. John from the great state of Florida. John, you're on the air live and on the air. Welcome to the Colors Unite. Should Donald Trump, should President-elect Trump be persecuting Hillary Clinton, or should he be focusing on other things that really matter? What's your opinion, John?
Well, I think that he's been pitch perfect in terms of everything he's been doing so far. So I think that Reince Priebus said it best. He said, look, that's not a priority.
Right.
He's got so many other things that he needs to get done. but he's not going to interfere with the FBI investigation or anything that Congress wants to do if there's evidence for it.
Right.
I think that's just, that's just MSM starting trouble again.
Absolutely.
And I just love who he picked for the DOD, and I'd like to think that Mattis is going to have a big impact on his choice of SOS as well.
Right.
I'd like to see in there someone that Mattis is going to work well with.
Who you think should be Secretary of State?
Well, I was going to say Rudy because I saw what Rudy did in New York.
Yes.
He came in and there was a bloated bureaucracy in New York. They were, and he got in there and he made sure everyone paid attention to what was important. The broken windows, the graffiti. I mean, he just made it happen. And the diplomatic corps needs to be wrestled to the ground, and that needs to be handled. However, I love Mattis, and it looks like Mattis and Petraeus had a real strong relationship. I mean, they built a real fighting machine back there.
Sure.
And I think the world would sit up and listen. And I saw Petraeus today with George Stephanopoulos. And, George is a tricky questioner, and the guy was just unstoppable. And he had a real depth of understanding about issues on a wide range of subjects. I mean, that was very impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Petraeus, but I liked what I saw today, and I like the fact that Mattis and he worked so well together. I just think it's a winning combination. There are a lot of people that say that Petraeus has baggage, but I think he'll get unanimous approval for the waiver and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
as far as Hillary is concerned, I think Hillary and her crew are taking care of themselves.
You think so?
They're just killing themselves.
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing how it'd be amazing how thank for all over the country. He's thanking America, thanking some of those states that helped him and believed in him to become the 45th president of the United States of America. If Hillary Clinton had won, she would not be doing a thank you tour after a tour. What I was saying earlier, I've done over 50 of these rallies for over a year and a half all over the country, and I've been privileged. I'm so humble and so thankful to have been a part of that magical moment back in the beginning, where it was easy to come and talk to the president-elect. Anybody could come to the back. It was easy to get access to him. And guess what? He was the same guy back then as he is now as the president-elect of the United States of America. Just an amazing gentleman. Matter of fact, one of the last time we were together, he reached in his pocket and pulled out a crucifix, a gold cross crucifix, and he handed it over to my wife and said, I really want you to have this, right before he was about to go and speak. Amazing character, amazing guy, who I'm just so honored to have served with. But I said all of that. All of these rallies all over this country is tiresome. Getting on one plane, getting on the next plane, flying to the next city. I mean, we've done 2 to 3 sometime rallies in one day. Flying, I get all confused on which city we're in. We fly in and do a rally, then fly out to the next city and do a rally. And go over and over and do the process all over again the next morning. Get to the hotel at 12 o'clock at night. Got to get up at 6 in the morning so that you can catch the flight to go to the next rally. It is a gruesome schedule. But President-elect Donald Trump, he's like a machine. I mean, he can do 3 or 4 rallies and he can still be moving forward, still strong, not even tired, not even exhausted. One of the last time we were together, we was on the plane. He just finished his 3rd rally. and we were flying from, I think, Mississippi or what have you, or Detroit, I can't remember where we was flying from, and he was just like an ox, and everybody was exhausted everybody was exhausted on the plane and tired, and he was like just working through articles nonstop. He's a machine. But yet after that grueling 2-year cycle, and he won, you would think he would take a break and rest. No, he wants to go right back on the road. He wants to go right back on the road and make sure he is thanking the millions of Americans that helped him become the 45th president. If Hillary Clinton would have won, she would have been on a yacht with her business friends and her business millionaires celebrating her win as a presidency. But no, not Donald Trump. He is a president for the people. Call 864-373-0001. We have Jeff from the great state of Michigan. Jeff, you're live and on the air. Welcome to the Colors That Unite. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good to speak to you. With respect to Hillary,
yes,
I think he's already there for her. I mean, I think she's really in many ways right. I don't see her coming back or doing anything position that is just going to turmoil in the country. That's how I see it.
Right. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. He should be focusing on the country, but some people are upset. Some people, and some people are upset, and some people are upset, and some people are, they're wishing that Hillary Clinton has been placed in jail, wishing that Hillary Clinton is behind bars. And they're wishing that the president-elect would just go after her. But again, there are more pressing matters. There are more pressing matters than focusing on Hillary Clinton's legal problems. 864-373-0001. Michelle from the great state of Alabama. My friend, Senator, now new Attorney General Sessions, Jeff Sessions, home state. Michelle, you're live and you're on the air.
God bless you and God bless America.
God bless America, Michelle. Welcome to the show.
It's nice to talk to you. It's nice to get through. I just wanted to voice my opinion.
Sure.
Trump being the president-elect, his main focus needs to be on his promises, jobs, economy, etc. He needs to let that Hillary thing go.
Absolutely.
But he doesn't need to let her go free. He appointed Jeff Sessions, who is a very honorable man.
Yes.
And I got enough respect. Let him do his job. Let him investigate. And if there is a reason that she needs to be prosecuted, if there is evidence, then let him take care of it. But it's not Trump's job anymore. Trump needs to lead the country. His main focus needs to be uniting them. And if he doesn't leave that Hillary thing alone, it's just going to be something that's going to poke Hillary supporters for the next 4 years.
Right.
He just needs to leave that alone.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. Again, there are more pressing matters than focusing on Hillary Clinton's legal problems. And again, and you just let it die. I mean, let them hang themselves by the actions they're doing. And again, as you said, our new Attorney General, my friend Senator Jeff Sessions, who I've been on CNN and MSNBC defending. It's amazing how liberal media will try to, they try to find the negative out of everything. I mean, he's an honorable man, a great man. Showed me nothing but kindness on the campaign trail, the times that we were together. Utmost respect for him and what he's done for the great state of Alabama. And he's going to bring that to the Attorney Generalship of the United States of America. And we're going to continue to weed out corruption where is found. I do got a great announcement, though, that I wanted to share with everybody as RSBN is continuously expanding and growing and adding new shows to the network, because we want everybody that's watching. There are new shows that are coming to the RSBN family. And we have a new show that's going to be starting real soon called Raised Right. That's going to be airing live on Thursdays on RSBN, and that's going to be targeting the conservatives and young conservatives and the millenniums of our of the generation that's before us, because we need them raised right. I love that title, Raised Right. The hosts are going to be Cassie Dillon and Will Nardi. They're going to be hosting the show called Raised Right, that's going to be airing on RSBN. And again, make sure you look out for that show. And they're going to be targeting young people, millenniums, and so that when they get to the point where they are ready to take office and lead our country, we have more conservatives in the generation that is dying out because they're taking on more and more liberalistic ideals. And so we need to be reaching our young people. They are our future. They are our future. I'm 37, so I'm still part of that coming up future. I'm not old yet. I got hopefully in Jesus' name a long way to go. But again, Raised Right. Again, if you're watching, hashtag Raised Right. If you're watching us, hashtag Raised Right. Everybody on Facebook, also everybody on Facebook, they can get me that link on Facebook so I can get it shared. But everybody who is watching Raised Right, hashtag Raised Right, that's going to be airing coming soon here on RSBN TV. And a big shout out to Cassie Dillon, the stars and the host, Cassie Dillon and Will Nardi. Can't wait to see that broadcast, Raised Right. I was raised right. I don't know about you, but I was raised right. My mom and daddy, there was no safety pin timeout. When I got in trouble, I got a whooping. There was a belt involved. Okay, there was a belt. You go to jail now. For doing it to kids now. All they got to do is go to school and say, "Hey, my mama beat me." No, that's what's wrong with the millennium generation today. They ain't getting enough whoopings. I got a whooping when I was little. I hope I got a witness for people that are watching me. I got a whooping. That's why I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Even to this day, at the age of 37, I was raised right. Everybody on Facebook, God bless you. Welcome to the show. Jeremy from the great state of California. We didn't win California, but we won the White House. Jeremy, welcome to the Colors That Unite. Okay, they say Jeremy is gone. We have Mason from the great state of Illinois. That's why we didn't win California. Mason from the great state of Illinois. God bless you. Welcome to the Colors That Unite. Should he be prosecuting Donald Trump, or should he be, leave it alone? You can tell I'm real fired up today, Mason. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Should Donald Trump? Should Donald Trump be going after Hillary Clinton? What are your thoughts?
I think he shouldn't be going full force, but I do definitely think that he should be looking more into a prosecution. That's my thought. Okay,
so you do think that? Tell me why he should be going after Hillary Clinton.
Because even though it was a big election issue, she's kind of, in the end of the day, got away from it. And when Trump's president, he could actually full on authorize an investigation. It could actually put a dent into this conflict.
That's true. That's true. You think she could? You think she can do? You think that she has that kind of a pull even now after the voice of the people? And even though he was against the mainstream media, against Democrats, and against mainstream conservatives, mainstream Republicans.
I really don't know. It's a little bit fuzzy right now,
Yeah. Well, I'm excited that he got. Let's just talk about the fact that, again, my personal opinion, as I've been saying it all show long, is that I think he should be focusing on, like what he did, Carrier, focusing on jobs, getting the people excited about keeping jobs here in America and not going. Now, keep in mind, because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I led a lot of those charges. I led a lot of those lock her up rallies. Lock her up. I was very close to saying it at the RSBN. I was very close to saying it at the Republican National Convention, but I said that wasn't the place and the time to give Hillary Clinton any shine, because this was about the Republican Party and Donald Trump. And so I didn't say lock her up, but I understand how some people might feel, but I think he should be focusing more on creating jobs, bringing jobs back to this country, so that there's an economic revival that takes place, so that everybody can be successful Joanne from the great state of New York. Joanne, welcome to the Colors That Unite. Welcome to the show. You're live and on the air.
Hi, Mark Burns, Pastor Mark Burns.
Hey, Joanne.
Oh, my God, God bless you. I'm so happy to talk to you.
My honor's all mine.
Okay, so I think she should be locked up, and I remember at the debate he said he was going to appoint someone to do it. So he's not going to do it, but he's going to get someone to do it, and I think he's waiting so that Obama doesn't pardon her.
Yes, that's true. That's a very good hypothesis, because the president can't just simply pardon her. But how can she be pardoned if she hasn't been found guilty of anything yet? So that is a good point. If he came after her with the full force, full blunt of the State Department, then I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if the president, President Obama, would pardon her. So that couldn't be the case. He could be just simply, again, focusing on, focusing on jobs, focusing on what got him elected. As I was telling MSNBC, that locking her up is not what got Donald Trump elected. Okay, that was part of draining the swamp and getting rid of the political elite that has been killing our country. But that's not the main thing that got him elected. They say, oh, now Pastor Burns, what are you going to say now that Donald Trump has broken promises and now he's talking about a fence and not a wall? The fact of the matter is, our borders are going to be secure, period. The borders are going to be secure, period. And because the borders are secure, and I love what Donald Trump said last week. He said there's going to be a wall, but there's also going to be doors in the wall, okay, so that people can enter the country legally. We're not blocking people. We're trying to block out drugs. We're trying to block out illegals. We're trying to block out negative influences that are trying to enter our country, people who have entered our country illegally, and they have done heinous crimes like murder and rape and other things that they have entered into our country, and we don't have a way to track them. They're going to be doors in that wall, but they're going to come legally. Cassie Dillon, God bless you. Thank you for the tweet. I'm monitoring Twitter as we go, and I hope everybody's watching that you're on Twitter, because I'm monitoring Twitter. I'm all in it. Okay, this is TV on the 21st century. I am monitoring social media. Cassie Dillon, God blessings to you. Hashtag Raise Right. I've already seen it. She's one of the new stars and the new host of the new show called Raise Right coming up. And she just gave me a shout out on Twitter. So shout back out to you live here on RSBN. Jason from the great state of Florida. I love Florida. Jason, welcome to the Colors That Unite. You're live and you're on the air. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Thank you for having me, Pastor Burns.
So happy, sir. God bless you.
Yes, sir. I'd also like to give a shout out to the RSBN chat room. Hi, folks. JC.
Chat room people, what's up? Holler back at us. Let me know you know what? I need to get a big monitor. We need to get that here in the studio, a big monitor that just sees the chat room so I can read as people are talking. I think we're going to do that. Just get a big monitor. We'll use one of these extra monitors that we're not using, because I want to see people be chatting, but y'all chat too fast. I guess there's a delay. I'll be trying to read everybody's chat, and it just goes too fast. Jason, welcome to the show. Should Hillary Clinton be put in jail, and should Donald Trump, do you feel betrayed that Donald Trump is not pursuing her?
Well, absolutely, she should be locked up, but I don't think that should be his main focus. I agree with the previous caller in that she should be investigated, and that's not a real priority for him. The country is the priority, not her.
Absolutely. And I stand behind the president-elect. Again, mainstream media want to keep trying to hamper down on here we are, broken promises. Listen, the man just saved close to 1,000 jobs from leaving from Mexico. That's what we should be focusing on. Talk about it, Jason.
Well, that's his focus, and he's all about the country. And frankly, Hillary is just a little side note, and he has the Attorney General and the FBI to prosecute her. So he doesn't need to get involved with that.
Exactly. He's the president of the people. Jason, you're hitting it right on the nail. He's the people. He's the president of the people. I think I'm going to coin that hashtag president of the people. He's the president of the people, or the people's president. His character is. Well, go ahead, Jason.
He's going to have a new acronym now. It's UBAS. Under budget, ahead of schedule. So get used to saying it.
I love that. Under budget and ahead of schedule. Jason, thank you for calling the Colors That Unite. I love that. That's the new era that we're in. Under budget, ahead of schedule. Under budget, ahead of schedule. I love that. Under budget, ahead of schedule. I was just told that we have now on the air the co-host of the new show coming up on RSBN. That is Miss Cassie herself. Cassie, welcome to the Colors That Unite. Raised Right is in the house tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. I can't wait about seeing your show. Talk about it. Raised Right.
Yeah, so Raised Right is going to be a show with me and Will Nardi. We're going to talk about the campus craziness going on, because there's plenty of it going on. And then we'll talk about the millennial perspective on current events.
I want you to go to Hampshire College and figure out why in the world why were they burning American flags on campus, and why in the world would the campus president allow the lowering of the American flag? I mean, go do a show on that. I think you guys, if I'm right, I think you guys already did something like that, right? Am I right?
Yeah, well, they finally restored it, but it's been a battle. I was one of the first people to cover it, and a student sent it to me, and I didn't believe what I was hearing. I didn't think that it was real, but sure enough, they lowered the American flag on the eve of Veterans Day. Think about that.
Oh, what a slap in the face.
The eve of Veterans Day.
That is a slap in the face.
Yeah, and then they restored it, and then a week later, the president said they should not fly it because it was distracting from fighting homophobia, racism, and all the other isms and phobias.
Yeah,
it was just
that's just
insane.
That's why I'm happy. Oh, I'm so happy that Donald Trump is going to be the 45th president of the United States. It's going to make it popular to be proud to be an American again. I mean, it's going to be popular to be American again. Donald Trump said that it should be made illegal to be burning American flags, and it made a whole bunch of noise. But I'm going to be honest with you. I understand about the First Amendment right. I get it. I know everybody's going to say, Pastor Mark, there's a First Amendment right. You should not be stamping upon the First Amendment right. But again, the American flag. Talk about it, Cassie.
It's funny because today they had another protest about it, and the liberal protesters were chanting free speech, which I find hysterical because as a conservative college student, I realize that the left attacks my free speech all the time.
Exactly.
All the time. They're the number one perpetrators of attacking free speech.
Exactly.
So it's really funny hearing them chant free speech. And so what they're saying is taking down the American flag is for their free speech, but us protesting and doing it, they think is somehow harmful to them and abusive. Right.
The thing that I get is, and I just wish there should be some amendment in reference to the American flag. I mean, there's been too many people, soldiers, men and women, who have fought and died to protect not just that flag, but what that flag symbolizes, the freedom that you and I have. There's a young lady right now who is 27 years old in Afghanistan who is now facing the execution charges, death penalty. You know why? Because she decided not to wear a hijab. The hairdressing. She decided not to wear a hairdressing. So right now, they literally have her 27 young lady on trial right now, fighting for her life simply because she did not wear the proper headgear in public. This is what happens in other countries, and yet we have the right to be free in America, and you want to attack the symbol that symbolize. I was so disappointed in Hampshire College. I'm so disappointed, and I hope your show Raised Right will help raise some of these children. They need to be raised right. They need some help real bad. They need to send your show out to every troubled area where young people are, and you need to help them with some of these values so they can be raised right, because they're probably not getting it at home.
I think they just need to see the name of your show. Maybe us at RSCN are just really creative with the names of our shows. Raised Right's creative, and so is even yours. They need to hear the name of your show. It's so symbolic of what our flag means.
Absolutely. Well, this is just the beginning for RSBN, and for the thousands of supporters, we thank you, because without you, we would not be here, and we'd be able to have shows like Raised Right and shows like The Colors That Unite, and Wayne Dupree and others who are speaking up and being a voice for the conservative movement. Before I let you go, Cassie, when is your show going to be premiering and the time on Thursdays?
We're looking into different days, but I'm thinking it's going to be at the end of the month.
Okay.
So it'll be before New Year's, but at the end of the month, because, I am a college student, and we're going through finals right now. But it's going to be soon, and I promise it'll be this month.
Okay, at the end of the month. I can't wait to look for it, Cassie. I really can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see the premiere of it. We'll keep talking about it. Hashtag Raised Right. Everybody who is on the chat room, hashtag Raised Right. Get the word out there. Is coming soon on RSB. And Cassie, thank you so much for taking time to call us up. And we'll be monitoring your show, and anything we can do, you got our support here at The Colors Unite.
Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Cassie Dillon.
At Cassie. Got it. God bless you, Cassie. Thank you so much for calling in. 864-373-0001. The phones are lit up, I'm told. James from the great state of Colorado. James, welcome to The Colors Unite. Welcome to the show. Should Hillary Clinton be going to jail?
Well, what a blessing to speak to you, Pastor Burns. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, you guys are great, and I just am so grateful to God and everyone that Donald Trump is president. And I just wanted to say, as far as your question of the night, which is, should Hillary be put in prison? Well, I think what we're looking for is just and justice for all. And I just would like to see everyone treated on a level playing field in the realm of justice.
Right.
And we have a lot of people that may already be serving time that have been in the military for less egregious crimes. And so we just want to have a sense of and justice for all in our country, I think. But we don't want to be vindictive, and we want to be Christian and forgiving at the same time. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely sounds fair. I mean, I think that's the ultimate part, is that, again, we not necessarily want to see Hillary Clinton burn, but we want to make sure that justice, is served for everybody, despite how much money you have in your bank account, or despite your political power or your political influence. That's just the American way, that all of us, that there's no one person. We don't have a king or a queen. We don't have a dictatorship. We have a democracy. And all men and women are created equal under the law here in the great country of the United States of America. So great point. Anthony, you are live and on the air. Anthony, I'm not sure which state you're from, but tell us which state you're from. Welcome to The Colors Unite, Anthony. You're live and on the air.
Yes, Pastor Burns, thank you so much for all your support of Donald Trump. And what's the topic of tonight? I forgot.
The topic for tonight is: are you upset that Trump isn't going after Hillary Clinton? Should he be focusing on other things, or should he be going after Hillary Clinton? Do you feel betrayed in a way?
No, not at all. I think, first of all, yes, Trump starts from about the wants to go after Hillary. We know that Obama is going to turn him. So I would say very, 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 very slow, like he was doing up until January 20th, and then kind of things work out. Someone does not obviously before January 20th party start, and take a look at it, it's like, and then even just the area of the field going on right in front of us, the complete plane, very
Right.
And,
I think we're having a connection problem because you're kind of breaking up. I'm not sure if our viewers can hear. If you could just call us back and call us back, because I think we couldn't really hear you. Joe from the great state of Florida. I love Florida. I love Florida. I love Florida. Joe, welcome to the Colors Unite.
Well, thank you for taking my follow-up question, Mike.
So happy you're here, Joe.
I'd just like to say, I am so grateful for shows like yours, and the rest of the TV programs that are not on TV, but on the internet, that I can get on and look at other opinions other than CNN.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for all that you've done to help elect our next president. Should Donald Trump be putting Hillary Clinton in jail? Should he be going after her, or should he be focusing on issues like Carrier?
It's not his job to go after her. It's the next prosecutor that goes after her. But he definitely did what he said he was going to do, and I'm grateful for that. I cried whenever I found out that them guys were going to keep their jobs. My wife lost her job in Mexico. Oh, she worked at a plant for 11 years, and they unbolted the machine and shipped it to Mexico.
Well, I think he's already, he should be praised already. Now, again, the fact he was able to do this, he's an incoming president. Right now he should be resting, and getting, as the transition team is moving forward, and should be just taking his time and getting preparation. But no, he is still out there working on jobs, just 1,000 jobs. And I know there's a lot more to come, but he's out there working on those jobs on the ground, making the phone calls. Again, putting the promise that he said, America first. And that's what it's all about, America first. Making sure that we're focusing not so much on the globalistic of the world, of the global world, but focusing on the things that are happening right here in America. The jobs that are being lost, the jobs that are still going to Mexico, the jobs that are still going overseas to China, and jobs that, I know a very high China dignitary who talks oftentimes about jobs that are going to China and how corrupt many of the officials are in China, and how we need to be doing whatever we can to get those jobs and that money back here in the United States of America. That's what the president is doing right now. Ignore what you may be hearing on liberal media. They're still at it. But we know the truth. That's why Donald Trump won, because we understand what liberal media tells you and what's really taking place. Zach from the great state of Washington. Zach, welcome to the Colors That Unite. You're live and you're on the air, sir. Welcome to the show.
Pastor Mark Burns, it's wonderful to talk to you tonight. I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks for calling in, Zach. Should Donald Trump be going after Hillary Clinton, or should he be focusing more on jobs? What is your opinion?
I believe he should be focusing more on jobs. I'm not quite sure if it's the president's job to deal directly with crime that has happened in our country. It seems to me at this time we've reached a certain point in our country which we kind of have to choose a direction in which we're going to go. And Donald Trump needs to stay on a positive and faith-filled track. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like he is taking up a very important mantle at this time in our country, and he has won this hard fight under amazing pressure, and we should be grateful.
Yes, absolutely.
That everything is worked out for the people who have supported this side. I was in Everett, Washington, at the rally there, and I am in a very Democratic state. And there were so many people filling the streets, and the whole place was completely full to capacity.
Yeah.
And, it was a great moment. It was just a great moment in time that I will always remember. And, that is what this whole thing has been about. It's the energy and just everyone getting behind this movement where we need to make America greater.
Absolutely. We need to make America, as Ronald Reagan said, the shining city on the hill, so that the whole world can look to. And I believe that's what we are. I feel like a Camelot-like experience that's taking place. People are really excited. There's a new patriotic movement that's going on. And the conservative movement, the conservative voices that have been silent for so long are raising up. Again, people are saying Merry Christmas. And that's my word to everybody that's watching this broadcast. Make sure you're saying Merry Christmas every day. Every day you get in your car, you go to the store. If you're at the store, say Merry Christmas. Okay, just get the atmosphere. Not Happy Holidays, but say Merry Christmas. Okay, say Merry Christmas. Okay, and a Happy New Year to you, and Happy Hanukkah to those that reverence the Jewish custom, the holiday. But the point is, I'm excited that some of the roots that has made our country, some of the values that has made us great in the past, are coming back to the mainstream. And then there's people like you that is doing it, and it should be focusing more on the unity of our races, and I'm telling everybody, I'm making an announcement here that I'm writing a book. I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be coming out real soon. And you're going to be one of the first people to know about it. Begin to pray about it now, because we want to talk about unifying the people, we the people here in America. We got to get past these colors that divide us, and we got to start focusing on those things that unite us. That is so key to the success of our country, the success of America. The diversity, there's diversity, there's strength in diversity, and there's strength in diversity. But yet we don't need to be focusing so much on why we're so different, but focus on why we're so unique, why we're so similar. That's what we need to be focusing on. I'll be talking about it more and more as I get it closer and closer to the book being published. But we'll be making that announcement here with the book title and the book cover and all the great stuff that we're going to be talking about here on The Colors That Unite. And I hope you all support it. Will you support the book? That's all I want to know. Will you support the book? If I put the book out, are we going to make the New York Times bestsellers list? And it's going to be done by true conservative people, the voice of Americans. And I know you'll help me do that. Kristen from the great state of South Dakota. Kristen, you are live and on the air. Welcome to The Colors That Unite.
Good evening, Pastor Burns. This is the Gold Star Mother from South Dakota. How are you tonight?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So happy you're here.
When I talked to you about a month ago, and I read you my son's letter.
Yes. Oh, wow.
And
that was a powerful letter.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, sir. The in response to the subject of the evening, I believe that the time will come when all of that will be resolved. But in relation to what you just said, and I'm so glad you said what you said about unifying and the unity of everybody, I've been suggesting to my friends, and I'm suggesting to the RSBN crew and to other folks that are listening, is instead of looking at these youngsters that don't get it, why don't we start mentoring a kid?
That's
Find
good.
a neighbor or a friend that's a child and mentor them.
That's good. That is so good.
And educate them. Because there was a time when it took a village, it took a community, it took everybody to teach each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I would like to recommend the thought process of people out there developing some kind of a mentorship program and teach these people what they should really know. And that's all I'd like to say tonight. And thank you very much for your show.
Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you. You have no idea how many emails and calls that we got about that letter of yours. It was a powerful, powerful movement, powerful moment here on our show, one that we will never forget. Thank you for sharing that with us here on RSBN and here on The Colors That Unite. God bless you. And please keep calling back. I love your opinions. And what she said is absolutely right. Again, a mentorship program. Again, which really takes me back to the show called Raise Right. I loved it. Hashtag Raise Right. If we're pouring into, we shouldn't be just isolating them because they don't think like us or they don't act like us, because then we become them. you become just like the liberals who think because you think that that it's wrong to be burning the American flag, that you are a bigot, or if you think being American first makes you a racist, or whatever the case may be. I should write a book called "Everybody's a Racist." Everybody, would that be good? Marion, should I title it "Everybody's a Racist"? I think I should title "Everybody's a Racist" because this political in this political context, everybody was a racist. I mean, even me, I'm a racist. Which brings me to another point, because black people, for so many years, a white person to say a black person, or use the word black, or describe somebody as a black guy, black girl, and black people, or a coon, whatever, and black people would get offended. But if a black person say, well, that white person, or that, or whatever, and it's okay, it's acceptable. Well, that's not the case, because racism is racism, despite who's saying it. Racism is racism, despite what color you are, and what race you are, and what your background. You don't have a right to call anybody a name based off of the color of their skin, despite who you are. You're not immune to saying a race, being a racist. I should say like that, because you're a person of color, you're not immune to being called a racist. You can be most definitely a racist. And I hate the term people of color. I just said it. I hate it. I hate the fact that we even got to make it the notion people of color. I mean, white is a color. So we're all Americans. We're just Americans. We got to get out of this notion of race and color, and we got to get out of this notion of, I think we should, if we want to make something illegal, make it illegal to check off on applications. Are you African American? Are you a Latino? The only time you should use that is in a police report, okay? If we're looking for you, okay? All right? If we're looking for you, you should be denoting what color you are. But other than that, it should be irrelevant to what your race is. We're just Americans. We're just red-blooded, bleeding Americans. And that's what my book is going to be about, that, okay? So I want you to make sure you help me support it. But, hashtag Raise Right. We should be mentoring people. We should be mentoring them. We should be going after them, loving them right where they are, loving them in their confusion. Don't hate them because they don't think like us, but love them right where they are. Absolutely, love them right where they are, so we can help raise up the next generation. That's why I'm really excited about Raise Right, the show Raise Right. It's going to be targeting millennials. 864-373-0001. I want you to keep calling in because I only have 10 minutes. We're going off the air. Jensen from Singapore. Did I get that right?
Yes,
welcome.
Yes, I'm from Singapore, and
welcome to the show from Singapore, Jensen.
Thank you, Pastor.
So what's your question and your statement today? You're live and on the air.
Basically, I just want to say, a very, very Merry Christmas, finally. I could finally get to say that to a potentially Christian America, because Donald Trump is being elected, and he's going to bring back traditions.
Yes.
Traditions back to America, yeah.
Absolutely. It is so important to bring back the traditions that has made us great, the traditions that has made us this great country. I love the fact that we can say Merry Christmas again. Donald Trump said that over 2 years ago. It feels like 2 years ago. It was a long time ago. That when I'm in the White House, you will be able to say Merry Christmas again. Those are traditions. We're so worried about offending everybody. I mean, good God, if you're breathing, you're going to be offending somebody. Okay, if you are a human being, you are 100%. You have a 100% chance of offending somebody. We got to get over this political correctness, and I believe political correctness is what tried to kill God in America. Political correctness is what tried to kill God in America. You can't kill God. He's everywhere. He's omnipotent. He's all powerful, and he ain't going nowhere. And he lives here in America. God lives here in America. Kevin from the great state of Ohio. Kevin, welcome to the Colors Unite. You're live and you're on the air. Should Donald Trump be going after Hillary Clinton, or should he be focusing more on other things? What's your thought?
I believe that he should be going after Hillary Clinton. He should get that out of the way, done and over with. She's a criminal. Other people have been prosecuted for the same thing she's done and done jail time. That's my personal opinion.
Well,
the
Kevin,
flag burning subject, I think that's personally atrocious. I'm a veteran, and it angers me whenever I see it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you think she can? You really think that Hillary Clinton can come back and hurt Donald Trump if she's not? And what if he's waiting to? One caller said earlier, which is a good point, that if he went after her right now, the president, before he's gone, he's still president, he can just pardon her. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's why he has stepped back away from the situation, I think, or I hope, because he's not letting Obama get that inclination that he's going to pardon her. So that's what I think on that. Jill Stein is doing all of these recounts. The reason she's doing that is to stop Donald Trump from getting to 270 votes in the Electoral College. Once that happens and he can't reach the 270 votes when they vote in a couple days, the vote goes to Congress, and Congress picks our next president.
Very good point. Very good point. I believe, and it could be the case. That could very well be the case. Again, my desire right now, and I'm going to continue to support him. He could be, like others thinking, could be kind of incognito, waiting for the president to be out of office, and for him to officially take office, for the Attorney General to go through confirmation and finally take office, and the Justice Department to finally do their investigation, the FBI. When people say he's not going after her, again, there are other people that do that. The president himself is not focused on Hillary Clinton's legal problems. The president is going to be focused on creating jobs, bringing jobs back to this country, raising awareness, making sure that we are all prosperous in this country, and making sure that you and I have a future that we can hold on to. That should be what the president should be focusing on. Denise from the great state of California, we're coming to the end of our broadcast. Denise, you are live and on the air. Welcome to the Colors Unite. Are you disappointed? Are you upset that President-elect Trump is not going after Hillary Clinton?
Me personally, I'm not upset. I think that what'll happen will happen. If somebody else in his cabinet does it, that's fine. I do think there's a lot more important things for him to be working on.
Absolutely.
But that's not actually why I called.
Well, welcome to the show. Tell me your thoughts.
Thanks. You know what? I was listening to you talk online on YouTube, and at the time you were talking with somebody about people being offended by Merry Christmas and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hit me the other day, because I was raised in a religion that didn't celebrate Christmas, and I'm in my 50s. All my life, all through school, everyone I knew that was in the same religion didn't celebrate Christmas, didn't celebrate birthdays, didn't salute the flag. Nobody was worried if you were offended.
Wow.
And you weren't offended. You just went, this is what this country does. I choose not to. I don't now, but at the time, I choose not to at the time, and I'm not offended, and I had friends, and people respected me, and I respected them, and it just hit me the other day. It's like, why must everybody change everything? If I go to a country that does traditions that I don't do, I'm not offended. That's just how they are.
Right. That is such
and it just really hit me. I mean, I don't think little Jewish kids celebrate Christmas. So nobody changed anything for them while they were going to school.
Right.
And that's just the thought that I had. It's like, they're not the first people to be here that don't celebrate what the majority of the country celebrate. People born here don't celebrate what the majority of the country celebrate.
That is
amazing. And no one moved mountains for us.
That is amazing.
And they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have.
Right.
and everybody's fine, and everybody gets along, and nobody's offended.
And the sun
I just
still
want to make
raised up
that
the next
point.
day. The sun still rose the next day. Life still carried on. You made an excellent point here at the end of our broadcast, and we're going to leave it there. That is an absolutely amazing point she just made. She didn't celebrate Christmas. She didn't, and the people in her faith did not celebrate Christmas, but they were not offended. But yet they didn't change the culture, and that's really what it was. The culture, that's what it is. The culture of the United States of America. Again, you don't go to Saudi Arabia or you don't go to Israel and demand that they, stop saying, Happy Hanukkah because you are a Christian. No, you go, you obviously you don't celebrate Hanukkah, but you celebrate Christmas. But you don't go there trying to demand changes. It's the culture of the country. It's the culture of the country. We can't be everything for everybody. We can only be Americans. And what has made America great is that we have the freedom in this country to celebrate whatever religion or whatever faith or whatever you desire. We don't have to force it on anyone. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. The caller who, I've had callers to call in who are atheists and they don't believe at all in a God at all. But I don't have to be offended if I say Merry Christmas to them, or if they don't say Merry Christmas to me, I'm not going to be offended. That's their belief. But we shouldn't be changing the whole culture because not everybody believes what we believe. No, this is America. We eat hot dogs, apple pie, and we celebrate Jesus Christ here in America, okay? And that's what we do here in the great country of the United States of America. Family, I'm Pastor Mark Burns. I'm so happy to be back here. I'm so happy to be back here on RSBN television. And I want you to continue to share this broadcast on YouTube, share the broadcast on Facebook, get it out to everybody. Let them know that the Colors Unite is here, and we're going to continue to build this audience. We're going to continue to build RSBN. And don't forget the new show coming out on Thursdays called Raise Right, hashtag Raise Right, out to our young people and our millenniums. Thanks to Joe and the whole RSBN team. I'm Pastor Mark Burns. What do we call it, Marion? She, my social producer. What do we call it? I'm Pastor Mark Burns, and you're watching The Colors. I'm the pastor that unite. Is that what it is? Okay, I'm the pastor that unite here on RSBN. Make sure you share this broadcast. Also, if you're not following me on Twitter, you're wrong. You are dead wrong. You need to be following me on Twitter at Pastor Mark Burns. Also, go to my fan page, Pastor Mark Burns, on Facebook. I actively engage in the Facebook, and I actively engage in Twitter, and I try to answer everybody's messages personally, one-on-one. So if you called in and you didn't get in, please forgive me. It's the end of the broadcast. We got to go. It's time is over. God bless you. I'll see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to watch my friend Wayne Dupree and his amazing show that comes on daily here on RSBN. God bless everybody. I'll see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock.
There's only the one color that matters, and that is the color of red, white. Focusing on the colors that unite us, USA.